What's up, YouTube? Chris with Murphy Firearms Training. Got another handling video. Want to make sure everybody's with me on this. We're going to have our safe direction is that way. And we're going to do shotguns. This is pre-course handling for shotguns. Now, ideally, you're going to come up to the table and the action's going to be open. There may even be a chamber flag. We're going to start with the easiest one, which is the hinge action shotgun. And let's just go through this. You've got a shotgun laying on the table. If the action is open before you pick it up, you're going to make sure that it's unloaded. If the action is closed, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure that it stays pointed in a safe direction, this way. You're going to pick the gun up. Now, I'm going to start with this double barrel. Okay, this is a pretty standard hinge action shotgun, double barrel shotgun. You've got your lever here. Almost every hinge action shotgun is going to have this tang lever, and it's going to push to the right side of the frame, and then you're going to hinge the gun open. Now, ideally, if your safe direction is this way, okay, you have two options. You can let the muzzle of the gun fall, or you can keep the muzzle level and let the buttstock fall. Ideally, it depends on your location. So for me, having grown up as a hunter in the field, I like to keep my muzzle down, because if a shotgun discharges downward, you're shooting into the dirt. But in a classroom where you may have a concrete floor, and this has been designated as a safe direction, it may actually be safer to let the buttstock fall. Make sure you clarify this with your instructor prior to your handling. Okay? Is it safe for me to point the muzzle downward as part of this operation? So, the other reason you will see a lot of people point these downward, of course, is because gravity is what brings our shells in. So your loading is pretty simple. Close the gun is loaded. To unload, do be careful. Again, push to the right. And just as a point of contention, if you try to push to the right and it won't go, I've never seen one, but there may be a break action that you push to the left. Never seen one. Almost everyone, well, everyone I've ever handled goes to the right because they're made for right-handed shooters. Now, when you open this, if it has extractors, they'll sit like this and you pluck them out. If it has ejectors, it will fling them. Now, this gun actually does have ejectors. And if I dry fire it, it'll activate them, and they go flying. Now, two things, and I'm going to set this back on the table and keep it pointed in a safe direction. When those dummies go flying, number one, do not reach for them with the gun in your hand. Lay the gun down before you go to retrieve the dummies. Number two is you see my muzzle over here. If the dummies go in front of the muzzle, do not go in front of the muzzle to retrieve the dummies. Leave them, period. Because if you do that, that's the same as walking in front of the firing line on a hot range, okay? Now, let me show you a trick. Now, I've retrieved my dummy ammo, got my shotgun. I'm going to keep it pointed in a safe direction, verify that it is unloaded. I'm going to load these again, and I want to show you a trick. And it's a habit of mine because I have a bad back and I don't like picking up shotgun shells when I shoot my over and under. Okay, so it's loaded. That's going to activate the ejectors, which is going to fling those shells backwards. Push this to the right. Now, I'm going to put my hand right here and I'm going to flick the gun downward. Okay? And you heard the ejectors go off, but my hand prevents those from going flying. And then I can pick them out, put them on the table, leave the gun open, keep it pointed in a safe direction. Very important that you're not going left and right with the gun. Okay, and again, I've shown this trick before. You want to see something on the gun, don't tip it up, turn it, rotate it, okay? This is an H&R, this is an old single shot. If you do not have a lever on the tang, you're going to have a button that presses downward. And this one's quite well worn, so it opens very easily. Okay? But you just press that down. Some of your single shot hammer fired guns are going to have a lever like that. Okay? So that's the only other option. And again, so you're going to break the action. And again, if down is not a safe direction, when you break that action, you're going to drop the buttstock. If down is a safe direction, you can let the barrel fall. You'll load the gun, close the action. Then, when I go to unload, I'm going to put my hand here, open it. It's not going to fling that shell, and I can pull it out, okay? Then with the action open, gun pointed in a safe direction, I'm going to return it to the table. That's the end of the pre-course handling exercise. Guys, I hope this is helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions.